She talks so much she could wear a hole in an iron pot.
This week on Altunes, it's winter and we can't get around it. So how about leaning into it with music from Al Tuck, Fiddler's Sons, Sarah Siegel-Lazar, Todd McLean, and more, plus a non-winter world premiere from Club Rat. Yuz ready, PEI? Let's get her done! Hello, Prince Edward Island! I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to Altunes for the week of January 21st, 2024. Winter is here. What, you didn't know? I know a lot of you gripe about it, but in the words of Star Trek,
resistance is futile.
Hey, I've lived in places with nonstop sun, California, Hawaii, Florida. Well, not so much Florida because thunderstorms and hurricanes. And trust me, you'd get sick of it being any one season all year long. Besides, if it ever gets to the point here where we don't get winter anymore, you can bet it's because Mother Nature is flipping us one long manicured finger for the way we messed her up. So let's live in the moment and try and enjoy this winter thing while it's here. Bet you didn't know there are many songs in Prince Edward Island's repertoire that are about winter in one way or another, from many different perspectives. So how about we sample some of them? Don't worry, I'll throw in a few non-winter related stuff too, just to keep things fresh. Now, you want to talk about a place that makes our winters look like a balmy Sunday afternoon at Disney World? That's Nunavut, and that's where this first band, Aubin puis la SBC, formed in 2019. Guitarist and singer Riel Gallant brought their janky sound, their word, to PEI via Abram Village and reformed the group with island compatriots. The result was the release of their album Yusglel in 2022, and while most of their offerings are fun and energetic, they slowed things down a bit for something we all might need if that snow keeps coming down. This is 4WD, or four-wheel drive, from Aubin puis la SBC on Altunes. Laisse tomber la neige!
I stopped by the windy hill to see where I was raised, in a house above a field where my grandfather's cattle grazed. And Dad rose from his chair to put the kettle on the stove. Now that old man has seen a lot of snow, and caution in his footsteps tells the story for him now, of winters in the lumber woods and years behind the plow. As a toll paid by the body for the style of life he chose. And that old man has seen a lot of snow, and he's not afraid to close his eyes, 'cause it's never said when a good man dies. He's earned his peace of mind, being honest, fair and kind. It may take a life to learn half what he knows. Yeah, my old man has seen a lot of snows. And it seems just like yesterday, he'd sit me on his knee and whistle old-time fiddle tunes and shanty songs to me. And you could smell the outdoors just like perfume off his clothes. Yeah, that old man has seen a lot of snows. And old familiar landmarks, one by one, all disappear along the road to home where he'd pretend to let me steer. But I still have the pocket knife he bought me at Monroe's. Yeah, that old man has seen a lot of snows, and he's not afraid to close his eyes, 'cause it's never said when a good man dies. He's earned this peace of mind, being honest, fair and kind. And it may take a life to learn half what he knows. Yeah, my old man has seen a lot of snow. Thanks to him, I've seen more than my fair share of the breaks, but I've learned less from example and more from my mistakes. But I will be more like him if, before the cold wind blows, I'm around to see a lot of snows. And he's not afraid to close his eyes, it's never said when a good man dies. He's earned his peace of mind, being honest, fair and kind. And it may take a life to learn half what he knows. Yeah, my old man has seen a lot of snow. Yeah, my old man has seen a lot of snows.
And you thought fiddlin' only happened during the summer. That's Island Faves Fiddler's Sons with A Lot of Snows from their 2011 Live and Close to the Ground album. Rather like snow is close to the ground? Fiddler's Sons was of course founded by thoughtful songwriter Eddie Quinn, and this song first found life as a more countrified version on his 2005 CD Outside of Sneakers Lounge. As I mentioned before, I realize a lot of you don't groove on winter. Dylan Menzies feels ya. His music has earned him national TV appearances and high spots on CBC Radio 2's Top 20, not to mention ECMA and Canadian Folk Music Awards nominations. Fittingly, he's got a song about what we're experiencing right now, and if you don't mind some prominent GDs in the chorus, then I don't have to slap the track with one of isletunes' content warnings, because I just warned you. From his first album, 2013's Heather Avenue, here's Dylan Menzies with Canadian Winter on isletunes.
Late last summer, I met a girl from out west, and I complimented her dress when she caught me staring down at her chest. and she picked up and left sometime in the fall. Said it was very nice to meet you, but I'd love to get home before the first snowfall. In those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters. And I need a drink to help me think, so I'll roll over that road. And we'll drink until we're numb. Forget about the pain, forget about the sorrow. We'll pick it up again, we'll start again tomorrow. Whoa, in those goddamn Canadian winters. Yeah, in those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters. Since the first time that we kissed. In those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters. In those goddamn Canadian winters.
We take turns being lower, so the next round is on me. Seems these days it's the only way you can bear to be around me. We went too fast, hell, these things never last. That's what you always say. By the time we got to Inwood, well, I knew we'd lost our way. He taught me that the only way to keep a man was to lie as often as I possibly can. I wanted to see the Everglades, we never made it there. I thought that this was forever, babe, but the signs were in the air. Oh, we lie in separate beds night and wait for each new heartbreak to unfold. Baby, when I'm with you, even Miami is cold. We make plans for the future, but the end is drawing near. True, no one knows what the future holds, but the odds aren't great, my dear. We spend our days in silence, it's the one thing we still share. In the middle of Little Havana, we were too far past repair. You showed me that the only way to stay in love was to smile real sweet and let you be, and bite my tongue. I wanted to see the Everglades, we never made it there.
See? So it's not just you. Sarah Siegel-Lazar on iTunes with Even Miami is Cold, and you know that's cold. The cut is from Sarah's album Valleys, which just came out last fall, and if you want to hear what her inspiration was for this song, she sat down with me for an interview last September, and the expanded video version is available to all who subscribe to iTunes on Patreon. For $5 a month, you get access to all the interviews and live performances that are up there, with more coming, plus your proceeds help fund this here podcast. Patreon.com/iTunes, and I sure do thank you. Coming up, a punky world premiere from Club Rat and Dee Dee Da Da Da's story of seduction. You know the word. It's used to describe those of you who flock down to Florida at this time of year, which I've never understood because I lived in Florida for 6 years and I hated every minute of it. But this one little word has quite the pedigree. It's the title of a song written by island legend Gene McClellan and made famous by Anne Murray in 1970. Yeah, you don't have to stop me. It's Snowbird, of course. And here's how it's trickled down to the version you're going to hear now. Gene's daughter, naturally, is Catherine McClellan, and she was married to Al Tuck. In 2009, he recorded a slower, more contemplative rendition for his Food for the Moon album. And it totally works. iTunes brings you Snowbird, Al Tuck's version. Don't sue me, Taylor.
Beneath its snowy mantle, cold and clean, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat to turn to green. The snowbird sings a song he always sings, and speaks to me of flowers that will bloom again in spring. When I was young, my heart was young then too. And anything that it would tell me, that's the thing that I would do. But now I feel such emptiness within, for the thing that I want most in life, so the thing that I can't win. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue, and if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. My mind says that I only want to be a wanderer, and just like you, I'm longing to be free. But in my heart I know that's just a lie. For without her love, the vision of my happiness would die. The breeze along the river seems to say
break my heart again should I decide to stay. So little snowbird, take me with you when you go to that land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue. If I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Yeah, if I could, you know that I would fly away.
Hi, this is Don Ross, and I'm currently being held captive at the studio of isletunes. And in lieu of sending canned food, you can just keep listening and have a good time, and I'll just enjoy my captivity. Thanks for being here, and thanks for listening.
It's 4:01 in the morning, I'm a service routine, and the guard ache has been in the window for a dog's age, and the sun is rising, so I feel like a wounded Marine. I want to be under baton, so won't you sketch me a glove? Young libertine, you're in love. And I wake up in the morning, my foot is tapping to the beat. I'm living up to expectations, and I can never look back. I'm a literary hack, but I'm clean. Yep. I could monitor my intake, so hit me with a low ball. Started with coffee and worked my way to smooth rock dove. No, I'm too young to be good when I'm ripping up the dance floors, tripping with the dance whores. I'll tell the professionals they're wrong, and come back before you knew I was gone. And I wake up in the morning, my foot is tapping to the beat, but in my heart there is a warning for me to never look back. I'm a literary hack, but I'm clean. She told me I'm tired, and so henceforth I must be in love. I said with no one little boy's feelings grow, but just at the pub I don't touch the other stuff. I don't want no undertakers, desecrating bodies, desecrate the bodies. I'll tell the professionals to desecrate the bodies, desecrate the bodies. I'll wake up in the morning, my foot is tapping to the beat. I'm living up to expectation, and I ain't never looking back. I'm a literary hack, and I'm clean.
Okay, in terms of winter-themed stuff, this sketch is a bit of a stretch, but I'm still going to count it. You just heard Sketch Me a Glove from Boxer the Horse and their 2010 Would You Please album. Hey, your head might be cold and you might need a glove sketched for you. As for Boxer the Horse, their indie rock stylings got them named Best New Band in Canada at the 2010 Bucky Awards held by CBC Radio 3. Too bad for us, though, that the Boxers stopped boxing in 2013. Harkening back to the previous decade would be the perfect setup for my This Week in PEI History segment, but the truth is, I don't have any history for you this go around. That's because nothing happened on the island during any year at this point in January. Kidding! It's just nothing turned up in my research. So why don't we return to the music? Though, if you can point me to any sources I can tap into for this historical fact-finding, let me know. I can't bring you the past, but I can sure bring you the present. It's always exciting to be able to play newly released music for you guys, and this one is no exception. But no reason to go to Home Hardware and stock up on the rodenticide. This is Club Rat, and you're not going to mind being infested by them. This trio consists of Phil McIsaac, Keith Baglowell, and Peter Rankin, whose pop is Alan Rankin of Troubadours fame. These troubadours won't play you minstrel songs, but will parlay punk with their new single, Whack Out. Of course, because I always have to be different, here's the B-side of that single. You all may be sick of winter, but Club Rat is sick for the summer, as I proudly present this
isletunes world premiere.
You dirty rat!
The last time that your Constitution gave, the last time that you got your feet up, you were only heat pumps. You were shopping for girls. You were talking as if you had a say. The solution is easy, get into it. The solution is drink down your business. To take a couple of laps off. Call Planet McMahon. Tell Ben Green started it anyway. You tell him that you started it anyway. I think she's in the room, I can hear her hiss. How did you exist? Dropped up at the spit, curled up in the shit, in the summertime. Oh, why did you insist on torn up little scripts, clutched up in my hand, in the summertime? Oh, how did you exist? Dropped up at the spit, curled up in the shit, in the summertime. Oh, why did you insist on torn up little scripts, clutched up in my hand, in the summertime? Oh, sway that this one, you lost your cool, you lost your list. Sway that one, you lost your pills, my pills, your pills, my pills, your pills, and you're gone. But it's alright, it's the summertime, just when you thought you had to say. Just when you thought you had to say.
The new one from Club Rat, Sick for the Summer on iTunes. It's available on Bandcamp, as is their 2020 effort Doom Scroll 1. If you're freezing because of these below zero temperatures, then Dee Dee Da 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 is gonna warm your ass up. She's hot, she's ready, and interestingly, she's the subject of a song on her own album, 2015's Double D's. Dee Dee only cameos on this saga about a hapless gentleman who gets snared in her seductive trap that wouldn't be out of place on your favorite spaghetti western. So saddle up and get ready for the ballad Dee-Da. And if you don't like lusty drag queens, sucks to be you. Though I will preface this with an
isletunes content warning. Listener discretion is f***ing advised.
I was just another straight man, minding my own life. Two adolescent children and a loving, doting wife. Then, da-da, dee-dee, dee-dee, da-da-da. Thought I'd stop in at bordellos, 'cause sometimes love stinks. Headed for the corner with a solitary drink. Then, da-da, dee-dee, da-da-da. She said, you must be a stranger I haven't seen before. I'm sure that you have never been inside the doors of Dida. Dee-dee, da-da-da. She said, come and be my lover. Come and follow me. I'm sure to show you pleasures that you've never ever seen with Dida. Dee-dee, da-da-da. Well, I know I should have run away. I should have just said no. But something deep inside me said it's time to let go for Dida. Dee-dee, dee-dee, da-da-da. Well, she took me by the hand and led me to her room. I knew this would be the death of me, my death and doom with Dida. Dee-dee, dee-dee, da-da-da. My heart was a thumping, my blood was a flowing. There was a part of me that just kept on growing for Dida. Dee-dee, da-da-da. Her curvy little body and long pink hair. Did the curtains match the carpet? Well, I'll tell you, I didn't care, 'cause I needed dee-dee, dee-dee, da-da-da. You could see it in my loins, you could see it in my eyes. I needed to get deep, now deep between the thighs of Dida. Dee-dee, da-da-da. Well, she picked me up and she threw me on her bed. I'm sure in a flash of instant I had lost my head with Dida. Dee-dee, da-da-da. She took a mouthful of my love, swallowed me whole. What happened was an ecstasy I've never known before with Dida. Oh, diddy da da da. Said, hold on, stranger, we're gonna go again. I said, I can't take you, give my life back again. Oh, Dida. Oh, diddy da da da. Nails in my back, fingers through my hair. Found places to arouse I never knew were there. Oh, Dida. Oh, diddy da da da. What happened next, I'm not sure I will ever know. But the heavens opened up, and I'm sure I lost my soul to Dida. Oh, diddy da da da. Oh, oh, Dida.
Told me I'd never be anything, said I should wish on a shooting star.
Find me a lucky flower, key to a broken heart. Well, too late. When I was a youngin', they picked me out and learned to tell me I'm nothing. Said I'd be dope when the sky falls and pigs fly. Should head to the highest point with a bottle that's filled up. Maybe I'll finally catch lightning. So I listened and did it, and now they just don't wanna like it, but they findin'. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see the sky has fallen? They'll try and stall it out. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see we're living in the sky falls? Was a dime, y'all, I'd be straight to the bank. If every doubt was a dime, y'all, it'd be wild, y'all, I'd be having for days. Taking a look for some time stalled, then it's fine, I'll take a minute to thank. Making that new for the fans, shaking their hands, peeking the bench, just like, at this point I can't take it serious. I swear it's just cool to be dissing me. Got love all across of the world now, but my hometown isn't feeling me. Right here I'm the kid with the hoodie, with the headphones, singing in tune. Outside I'm the guy with the tunes, winning the room, jumping on stages like. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see the sky has fallen? They'll try and stall it out. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see we're living in the sky falls?
I'm taking my turn to be heard too. My first Memphis straight out of school. You might like me better when I'm rapping in French. Cool, never said I'd be writing for you. Music's my therapy, playing with rhyming's my way to keep hiding away from my enemies.
Lately I've been making too goddamn many, it's hard to be steady. Maybe it's all just bravado, maybe I'm nothing to follow. Maybe I'm lacking in hollow, I don't stand tall when the walls close. Down sinking deep, pride is swallowed. Ego is hidden all time low, but I promise you I'll be the only one left when the sky fall. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see the sky has fallen? They'll try and stall it out. In reality, can't you see the sky has fallen? Some come crashing down. A fantasy, can't you see we're living in the sky falls? Should've let me warn you more.
Hey, it's not just the name of a James Bond movie. That's Skyfall from Spivey and featuring Nick Ira. I hope I pronounced that right. Spivey's lack of fear in exploring the darker undertones of R&B and getting personal with his lyrics have earned him more than one Music PEI Award nomination, and Skyfall is one of 3 one-off follow-ups to his 2022 album Fever Dreams. His latest track, The Heartless, dropped in October. I suppose a title like Skyfall doesn't really weave into this episode's winter theme, but when you consider that snow falls from the sky. If you want to know where to fall in with island musicians putting on shows the next little while, I'll tell you where they are and when they are. Behold, they are coming soon. Today, January 21st, the Sirens bring their Birdsong show to Trinity United in Summerside. Wednesday, January 24th, the Jack Pine Folk Club featuring Margie Carmichael Scotto, Logan Richard, and Trey Sutherland are at the MAC. Thursday, January 25th, it's Island Jazz featuring Joey Kitson with Sean Ferris and Chris Corrigan at Baba's Lounge. Also, January 25th, Hotel California, a night of the Eagles featuring Brad Milligan, Joss Rayom, Alyssa Harper, and Craig Fair. They're at the Trailside Music Hall, and that runs through January 27th. Friday, January 26th, Richard Wood and Friends bring their East Coast kitchen party to the Mac. Looking into next week, February 1st, Island Jazz featuring Spencer Soloduca and Mercy Please are at Baba's Lounge. February 2nd, Poet of the Common Man tribute to Merle Haggard featuring Lawrence Maxwell and the Fugitives are at the Trailside. February 3rd, it's Tightrope with special guest Scott Blues at the Scott McCauley Performing Arts Center in Summerside. And February 8th, it's Island Jazz Quartet featuring Malachi Roswell at Baba's Lounge. Before we end this cold-themed look at PEI music, I gotta break off some cold, hard truth. I don't have an interview for you this week. Hey, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes stuff falls through. Sometimes I drop the ball in arranging one, like I did this time. I admit it, but glass half full, it gives us room for an extra song, and it just happens to be by someone I know pretty well. Someone you definitely call a glass half full kind of guy. If I have to tell you who Todd McLean is, then you either haven't lived here very long, or you've just been living under one of the big red rocks the island is known for. Todd's been in all manner of bands and has lent his musical skills to both other artists' albums, especially on sax, but he is also a pretty spiffy guitarist who's offered lessons at Long and McQuaid. He taught me to play my first, and so far only, full song, Like a Virgin. Yeah, it was written as a country song, but I digress. Todd is as synonymous with PEI as its gentle rolling hills and wooded areas that must please his environmentalist heart. He did compile the book Global Chorus, after all. And in between all that, somehow, he's managed to record a couple of solo albums. It's actually kind of surprising he hasn't done more, but when would he have time? This is from Todd's 2018 Long John June album, and the title alone probably aligns with the sentiment a lot of you are having right now. Don't Want to Shovel No More, which isletunes has shoveled out a space for, just for you.
I'm sick and tired of the friggin' snow. I don't want to shovel no more. The guy who plows the driveway wants the money I owe. I don't want to shovel no more. I wonder where the heck my mailbox went. I don't want to shovel no more. I put a bucket in the snowbank for the mail instead. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. No, I don't want to shovel no more. Wake me up in August if the snow is gone. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. My back hurts. I paid $5 to the kid next door. I don't want to shovel no more. He said a bank that high is gonna cost you more. I don't want to shovel no more. I thought I might take my sled for a ride. I don't want to shovel no more. But the door was frozen, so I stayed inside. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. No, I don't want to shovel no more. Wake me up in August if the snow is gone. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. South for the winter next year. I don't want to shovel no more. No, you ain't gonna catch me shoveling around here. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. No, I don't want to shovel no more. Wake me up in August if the snow is gone. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. I don't want to shovel no more. The shovel's broken anyway.
Todd McLean going solo for Don't Want to Shovel No More on isletunes. And yeah, I know, you don't want to hear about winter no more. Well, We'll still be stuck with it for a couple of months, but I'll indulge ya. This is the end of the snowy road for this episode, but next week we return you to your regularly scheduled podcast with more of what PEI has to offer in terms of music. You can look forward to new music from Prism Shores, a cut from The Money Go Round, and the rest of it is a secret, even to me. So come back next week when we'll all get the answers. Speaking of next week, the next episode is episode 25. How have I already made this many? Number 25 seems like a good enough time to further join the 21st century and make all iTunes episodes available on YouTube. Yup, in addition to the usual suspects in terms of podcast providers, you will soon be able to just hit the tube of you and get all the iTunes you can eat. I know you're addicted to YouTube because I am, so you've got to be. Next week, episode 25, YouTube. Case closed. I also want to mention that I've been retooling the iTunes website. Long story short, it's been generating phishing warnings for reasons I can't understand. Believe me, I've looked into it. In 23 years of making websites, I've never had this problem. The only difference now is that I was using a website builder program through my hosting service to try to get around having to code by hand. I have a feeling that loaded something on that's getting flagged because I'm sure not interested in your financial information, just entertaining you with the music of PEI. So I threw the whole thing out and started again from scratch doing the coding myself. I don't know if the warnings are still popping up, but if they are, let me know. You can reach me at 902-807-4250 or by email at amj@iletunes.ca. Actually, you can also get to me through iTunes' Facebook and Instagram account, so come find me, and while you're at it, this podcast that plays nothing but music from Prince Edward Island artists needs to get into more ears. So I would super very much appreciate it if you'd post about it, email about it, tell your friends the old-fashioned way, by talking. And I'm not opposed to skywriting, that might be neat. People love the show when they hear it, so make sure they hear it, and I will do the same. Musical contribution to the iTunes theme by Kaylin McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. I'm Adam Michael James, and
that's the end?
It is, Janet Jackson. We'll do this all over again next Sunday. Stay warm, be good, and if you can't be good at it. See you next week.